What's up, you guys? It's Peaches, your favorite nail tech. We back with another video because y'all already know what time it is. This late at night, y'all already know. Time for an upload, okay? So today we have a very 90s, 2000s type of set. This is what we went for, and I feel like it came out really, really nice. She had booked a freestyle. She seen my nails and was like, oh, that's cute. I was like, you know what? I'm really gonna hook you up, and this is what I'm gonna do for you right now, okay? So before we get into it, of course, we're gonna do the subscriber shout out, which goes to Nailsbyprettyface, subscribed since February 21st of last year. Almost a full year of being subscribed, period. Okay, so don't forget, you guys, subscribe, turn on your notifications, follow me, do all the things so you don't miss no uploads, no live streams, no nothing. Okay, so starting with the application, I promise you I recorded the pinky and the index. Okay, I mean, this is not an index, this is a ring finger. And when I went and looked back, it really just was not there. So that was kind of irritating. But this color is from their jelly collection. And it's really called Candy Coated Collection. And I believe this one is Blow Me Away because this is the blue one that they have. They have a lot of jelly colors. And I want to say I have like 4 of them. Now these colors, although they are clear, they do have like a good amount of pigment. And honestly, they are really like perfect. And y'all already know, if it ain't not polished, then it just ain't it. Okay, if it's not polished, it's not it. So boom, you guys have seen me do application a million times on my channel, and I just went ahead and fast forwarded through this. And actually I did kind of fast forward through the nail art as well, because you have seen me do that type of like line nail art in multiple videos. So you know, I just kind of figured, like, you know what, they don't want to see all that in regular motion when they already been seen it before. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys are enjoying this video. And I hope you guys are enjoying your night, your evening, your morning. Actually, it's probably night where you're at, because according to my analytics, everybody is pretty much in the United States, with a small, like, 0.02% of people watching in Africa. Okay, that's something else. That's something different. But, you know, shout outs to everybody everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, I really don't have too much to talk about as far as the application in this video, because everything went according to plan. For those of you who guys, did that make sense? No, that was too many words. For those of y'all who did watch the black set that I did, and I was talking about application, so a lot of people were saying like, oh, you know, try this or that, but I was really trying to you know, just let y'all know that the things that happened in that video were things that don't normally happen. So you guys can see in the application here how things are supposed to apply and what's supposed to be going on. Okay, and I will be doing another video what someone else decides to get black nails on exactly how to do application with dark colors such as black, because like I said, that video was not meant for you guys to look at it and be like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. Like I said, it was more just a realistic, honest conversation with y'all on how unexpected things could go. So this right here is a much better video on what to do when doing application. Okay, you want to keep your shape, you don't want to flood your cuticles, but you want to get close. And if you are having trouble with your ratios, I do have a video on my channel that is all about liquid to powder ratios, the correct way, the incorrect way, what your beads should look like, the difference between a small, medium, and large bead, all type of things like that. So go ahead and watch that if you're still having trouble with forming beads, etc., etc. So one of these days I am gonna do like another video like that, a beginner video, because I feel like there may be some people that are even struggling to just get the real basics of even how to form a bead. So I may break it down even more, if that makes sense. So we'll go ahead and see. Now that there's like a good amount of people watching the videos, you guys, we're almost to 500 subscribers, which means we're almost to 1,000 subscribers, which means we're almost monetized after we get 3,000 more watch hours. But you know what, we're getting there slowly but surely. We're getting there, so I really do appreciate y'all. And actually, crazy thing is, when I was actually leaving work earlier today, because I had an early day, one of the girls, I guess, who worked in the building, which I didn't know this, of course, but she pulled up in her car as I'm like walking off, and she's like, girl, when is you gonna start teaching classes? I asked you one day if you teach classes, da da da. So I was just telling her, like, I did offer classes, kind of, but just people was like not being serious about them. And it's really crazy how people always ask me after I had them posted for so long. People ask me, do I teach class? Do I do one-on-ones? All that type of stuff. And I'm sure eventually I will, or offer some type of online, like a video collection that maybe you guys could purchase that's very, very just super detailed, and things like that might be a better option. But it was kind of tight because honestly, I don't want to say like I don't be thinking people know what I look like, but sometimes I do post myself on my story. But it was really unexpected. It was actually kind of tight that somebody really just pulled up and just casually like complimented me like that. So shouts out to her. And I really wish I knew her name. I just know we work in the same building, and she told me her suite number. But she was like, you know, if you ever do any of that, you know, slide the info under my door. And I was like, you know what, I sure will. So that was tight. Very much appreciated. We love when you guys show support. And I'll be saying we like you guys are me, but y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So there is not any what do you call it, there is no filing or anything like that in this video. And honestly, I really don't even for reals have, no, I did not upload the pictures of like the shape and damn, what do you call that, shape and all that I normally do application, just because it's already 10:45. So I'm trying to get a move on, you know what I'm saying. Fell asleep earlier, you know, and I got some good sleep. When I tell you I got some good sleep, I promise you it was probably only an hour nap, but I got some good sleep, you know. So that was cool. So here's the application. Here's the colors I'm using. What is this? Orbit, Sonic, Fizz, Young Nails, Mission Control, and the black. And then that blue, I don't even know what the brand is, you guys. It's the same stuff I use all the time. So basically with this design, I started out thinking I wanted lines that were like a little bit thinner and longer. But then as I kind of started going on other ones, I realized, no, I want to do very thick lines. And I really didn't care about the stroke size, I guess. And I really just wanted, that's why I went back and thinking these up. Because like I always say, when it comes to nail art, when you do freestyles and you just kind of have like a mind of your own when it comes to nails, and you don't you don't really just be relying off of pictures. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying when that's how you do nails, like how I do, stuff changes at the drop of a dime. Or drop of a dime, drop of a hat. Which one is it, babe? Drop of a dime or drop of a hat? Okay, so whichever one, you guys, whichever one is the correct way to say that. So yeah, so pretty much I just go ahead and I go color by color on all 5, and I just kind of go ahead and cure, like just for a couple seconds, so I don't actually smear anything. So she knew that she wanted to do blue. Blue is actually her favorite color. This is like one of my regulars. What's up, girl? What's going on, Nay? Appreciate you. Y'all, she is so cool. We really be cackling during our appointments, let me tell you something. So like I always tell you guys, these lines do not have to be the most perfect lines you ever did in life, because you can always go back, you can thicken them up, you can make them longer, you can make them shorter, you can kind of just do whatever you want to do and play around. So this is really like a 50 shades of blue type of look, and I really actually loved it. And I wanted lines that went in all different directions. We got what, 3 different shades of blue. And typically with these type of looks, I always include white and black, because I really feel like it helps make the look, if you know what I'm saying. Like it just helps the other colors pop and stand out. So I really just, like I said, I wanted the lines to be more on the chunkier side, and I wasn't really concerned about them going to like a super duper fine point. I just knew I wanted a couple of each color on each nail. And yeah, she was like, girl, this is kind of cute, this reminds me of like tiger stripes. I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right, this is cute. So there wasn't, like I always say, there's not really like I don't want to say it's not a rhyme or a reason how I'm doing this, but I'm really just making sure there's not a whole lot of empty space. And that's the best thing that I could tell you when doing these type of looks, is just, you don't need a lot of empty space, because the background color is just that, it is just the background color. And this color really came through and did its job with this little jelly color and look, because when you're using these like jelly colors, basically when you're putting things on top, the color is no longer as like translucent looking, just because now there's stuff on top to kind of take away from being able to see entirely through the whole set. And that was exactly what I was going for. Okay, so if you use a longer brush, you are going to get a lot thinner strokes. I typically use this like medium, smallish type brush. This is my favorite. You guys know that I do everything with this brush, and I'm not saying it's the best way, but y'all already know long striper brushes is not my friend. That's not my homie. I don't know her. It's very much difficult for me to work with. But do you see, like, when I press down and just kind of do smaller strokes like that, I get even thicker strokes, which is what I was going for, because I really wanted the white and the black to kind of really pop and stand out, and I wanted those ones to be like even a little bit shorter than the other ones. And basically, once you're kind of happy with the positioning and you cure everything, then you'll go ahead and do all the like dots, basically with the dotting tool. Excuse me. So all of this is really just going to depend on your personal preference when it comes to this. I happen to like the look of doing lines that go up and down from both directions of the nail. So see this diagonally up from the bottom, and then also like diagonally down from the top, just to give a variety of different dang, this is crazy. I'm sorry, my throat, I need some drink. My throat is dry. So with the black ones, I kind of went against some of the color ones. Like, instead of leaving space, I kind of went more against another stripe, if that makes sense. You guys can see what I'm saying. Like, I lined it up against another stripe, and I went ahead and just did my thug thizzle with that. And that was just, you know, that's what I felt like was gonna look the best, or was gonna look good. Like, when I'm telling you guys, there's not really too much of a way to mess okay, no, there is a way you can mess this up, because there's a way that it won't look aesthetically pleasing depending on the type of lines and how long and how close. And so I don't want to say like, oh, you can't mess it up, because I mean, technically you can. I've seen it done lots of ways, but it's all gonna just depend on what looks good to you and your client. That's it. And like, once you can kind of get the hang of like brush control and stuff, I mean, even I'm still really learning on how to use all these striper brushes and liner brushes, which is why I stick to the same brush and size. You guys know me when it comes to certain stuff. When doing nails, if I like it, I love it, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's really, really easy. And the greatest part about this is because I cure between each color for just a couple seconds, like even just 5 seconds, it will keep you from smearing everything, because you don't want to go through that. You don't want to try and do all the colors at once and then you accidentally smear something before you're done. When you do it that way and cure for a couple seconds between each layer, if you mess up, you can take acetone to it and just wipe off what you what you don't like, which is the best. Okay, so here we go. When it comes to the dotting tool, I like to use some that are big, some are small. I like to use white and black, and I thought I wanted to go ahead and use some color to do the dots, like how I think I did on a couple of my nails, but I wasn't feeling that with this particular look. Like, the way the blue blended in with the blue, it kind of wasn't doing it for me. So now when you're doing these like dots, like I said, I personally like the look of like small and big mixed together. So I typically like to go in with the white first, because the white adds that pop of, I don't want to say highlight, but kind of, that's what it acts as, right? White adds that brightness that you need to really make the other colors pop, and black adds that contrast to really further help that white even stand out even more. Okay, so it's kind of, I don't want to say you need both, but me personally, I feel like I need both, because that's just what I feel like looks best to me. Okay, and also this is strategic. Like, don't just go ahead and be putting them dots everywhere and all up on top of everything, because it might not look good. You got to be strategic. You got to know when enough is enough, but you also got to know when you don't have enough. Okay, so see how I messed up? And because everything else is pretty much cured, I kind of just wiped away what I wasn't messing with. But even still, you kind of can't tell. Okay, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know you guys have seen me do this type of look multiple times now, but you know what, I don't be recording this content for no reason. Okay, so here's the final look. Don't forget to follow me, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one.